Able?
Yes, sir.
Shall I start?
Yes, sir. You can proceed, sir.
Okay.
It's pleasure. Yeah, you can start.
Okay. Any network issue, just inform to me. Okay.
Okay.
Today my topic is neuroimaging. First of all, I welcome to all participants to attend the seminar, and also I will thanks to Ravish to give the opportunity for taking a seminar of neuroimaging in Airtel. Okay. Actually, my presentation is three parts. One is image processing, basics of image processing. Next one is MRI based image. Using MRI image to determine the IQ ability of the special child. Third one, third phase is I have combined fusion of ECG, EEG, and the facial imaging, combine three imaging and signals to fuse the image and signals to analyze the Parkinson disease. This is my three part. First part I will take image processing basis. Image is a two-dimensional signals actually. In the x-axis coordinate and y-axis intensity is called image. Displays the coordinate x-axis is called sampling, and displays the y-axis that is called quantization. Coordinate with the intensity level only is called imaging. Mainly image process is mainly used for all the purpose, but last 10 years I worked in the image medical imaging. So any image processing technique is consist of three stages: low level, mid level, and high level. Three level is there. And low level suppose image capture from the camera, image acquisition. You are having many blurring is occurs, many noise will be occurs. To remove the noise, so is called a pre-processing stage. This is a low-level stage. After remove the noise, then we are giving identify the region of interest. That is called segmentation. Group segmentation means grouping of same intensity pixels is called segmentation. That is called middle level processing. After middle level process, then the future extraction to identify small area, diameter, calculate the area, and depth, and shape, size, everything we are analyze. So based upon the tumor size, small, medium, or large, everything we are analyzing. There is morphological processing, morphological of the structure. That is called a high level stage. Then after is classification. The classification is nothing but a machine learning concept. That is many classifier is there, neural network, support vector machines. Presently we are going to deep learning, there is convolutional neural network and etc. This is the one. So the main concept feature extraction is a main concept, feature extraction. After extraction, applying the ranking method to select the best features, then only you will be classified. This is the concept of image processing. Okay. Next, in image processing, main feature extraction, image transform is one of the main role. So, image process two type of technique. One is spatial operation. Another one is frequency domain operation. In spatial method, is nothing but pixel to pixel manipulation is called spatial operation. Example, image negative, histogram equalization, histogram specifications, like zooming, all type of filters, low pass, high pass, pass, band reject, Butterworth filters, Chebyshev filters, anything it is called a spatial pixel to pixel operation. That is called a spatial operation. Next one is called you're taking a transform image. You're applying the transform Fourier, short term Fourier, wavelet, etc. Many transform nowadays is there. that is called frequency spectral domain operation. Mainly nowadays, most of the researcher, including me also, I have completed around 7 research scholars. Maximum I will concentrate for frequency domain operation, because many of the pixel operation you are pre-processing only. I will use it for pre-process only. I will use it for the spatial domain. After pre-process, maximum many researcher and in many paper, you will concentrate only of the frequency domain operation. First of all, everybody Fourier transform. It is one of the main first initial transform, Fourier transform. Time domain is converting into frequency domain is called Fourier transform. It is a many drawback in Fourier transform. Is not provide time. This is a 2D Fourier transform. This is the function. This is called function. This is called a inner product or basis function. E power j 2 pi, that is called inner product or basis function. This function only main role of the Fourier transform, but is not provide time information, but frequency information that exists in the signal. It is not suitable for non-stationary signal, only used for stationary signal. Suppose in case in speech signal, no, you are having many number of discontinuity is there. Discontinuity. So you are applying the Fourier transform, all including zero also is also considered. So after you are applying time shifting property, frequency shifting and time shifting property, whole frequency information will be changed. Whole frequency information also changes. That is the localization one. So many, therefore, this is a drawback in the Fourier transform. Then we are moving to short-term Fourier transform. In short-term Fourier transform, is a non-stationary signal is consist of windowing small signal. You are splitting non-stationary signal. You are splitting into small number of signals. Splitting into small number of interval. You are using the window. Your Gauber window, maximum usable Gauber filter. You are multiplying this Gauber filter in your splitted signal, no? Then we are applying the Fourier transform. Windowing concept we are applying. But easily one of the drawback, window is fixed one. It's not varied. In low level to high level signal, where a constant window is usually is no changing the window size. It is a this is one of the drawback. Fixed window only usually. For extract texture features from the image. So texture feature is not to be extracted. This is one of the drawback of short-term Fourier transform. Then we are going to wavelet. Wavelet is consist of is a variable window. Window is a window where is varied. This is a wavelet transform equation. It is a dilution. A is the dilution and a transition. Both we are applying for this is the wavelet transform. This is the discrete wavelet transform of 2D. Many type of wavelet is there. Higher wavelet, Debye wavelet, bioorthogonal wavelet. Many type of wavelet is there. Already toolbox also available in MATLAB. So you are applying the wavelet. You based upon the image, you will be select your suitable wavelet concept transforms. Wavelet is consist of images split into low pass and high pass image. After low pass is splitting into LL, HL, high pass is splitting into LH, HH. LL means low, HL means high low, and low H and high I. Again, low pass is splitting into 4. This is the first level. This is second level. Again, LL is splitting into again third level, and so on. Depends upon the level, number of coefficients are obtained. Your obtained coefficient, you will calculate the energy. And from the energy, you calculate the energy. After the energy only, you will classify normal and abnormal, you will analyze it. What are the deviations? First level, you got some coefficient are obtained. from the using this coefficient to calculate the energy to compare with to normal and normal compare. So if overlapping is there, now you're going to second level. Again also overlapping is there, normal and abnormal energy is feature varying, now you're going to third level and etc. That is it is one of the sample image, that is skin cancer image. This is first level. First level we have got this one, second level and third level. So your number of level will increasing, no? Different coefficients are obtained. Based upon the different coefficients, we will calculate the energy. From the energy only to classify normal and abnormal image. So this is the wavelet transform. Next one is curvelet transform. Curvelet is a multi-scale geometry transform that can represent edges and curve. Edges and curve information also is after wavelet is no edges, curve information not clear, but in compared to curve wavelet, curve is a better one to information. Curve information also we are obtaining from the curvelet transform. This is the equation of the curvelet transform. J is the scaling, E is the orientation, is the localization of the curvelet. This is the curvelet function. F of xy is a input image. The size is m into l. Curvelet is a very capture anisotropic features and obeys scaling law. It obeys the scaling law. It is a anisotropic features in curvelet transform. This is the curvelet parameter which is proportional to length squared is called the curvelet transform. This is the different type of scales are used for the curvelet parameters. This is the curvelet tiling. This is the edges of the curvelet. This is edges of the curvelet. This is scale 1, different scale 2, scale 3, different scale only you are choosing the curvelet transforms. This is the completely I am applying for skin dromoscopy, skin cancer image to applying the curvelet transform. To got different number of bands. Number of bands will be obtained from the curvelet. Curvelet is a multi-scale and multi-directional transform. Multi-transform developed efficiently to analyze the anisotropic features. First of all, curvelet. Curvelet. This is a curvelet decomposition. Curvelet already we have explained. No, the representation allow images to be successfully approximated from curves in the final resolution. It is constructed by combination of Laplacian pyramid and a directional filter bank. Laplacian pyramid also used for the curvelet transform. Laplacian pyramid decomposes image. Laplacian only this pyramid only used for the decompose image into multiple scale. That different frequency band. Next one, directional filter bank is a high frequency of the image to allowing direction. Laplacian pyramid band to multiple scale band will be decomposed image. Is it different allowing the different direction? What direction also we will find in the curvelet transform. Curvelet. This is the low pass band. I will applying for curvelet in skin cancer image, low pass band. The band pass subdirections. This is a different type of band will be obtained. High frequency bands also applied to the curvelet transform. Next, shearlet. But shearlet or this is also multi-level and multi-directional transform developed ability to analyze the anisotropic features. Shearlet allow unified treatment of in continuum and digital continuous and digital simulation leading and faithful amplification. Shearing information also we are obtaining in the shearlet. Apart from the wavelet, no only band only is provided. Curvelet extract edges and curves also obtained from the curvelet transform. But shearlet shearing informations are obtained Here used for the parabolic scaling. Used for the parabolic scaling. This is the transform operator. This is a Sharlet transform equations. Next, this is a different type, the scaling parameter of the curve Sharlet transform. This is the band Sharlet decomposition. These are the Sharlet decompositions of different bands in Sharlet transform. Sharing information only is update. Next is this a new transform, Bendlet transform. Bendlet transform. This transform is a very efficient compared to curvelet, sharelet, and wavelet, because I have published one paper in SCA journal using Bendlet transform. This first time I will have this transform is applied for the generally we are analyzing mathematical people analyzes the Bell-Net transform, but is better one compared to other one. Some mathematician proved, but I will apply my images in dermoscopy images. I will applying first wavelet, curvelet, shearlet, then only Bell-Net. Apart from this one, Bell-Net is a more accuracy because any bending informations also we are captured this transform. So anyway, any transform to produce finally obtain the coefficient. From the coefficient only we are using for the calculate obtain the coefficient. You will calculate the energy. From the energy only your normal abnormal we are compare it any transform. So the coefficient is very important one. But when but I am not proved mathematically. I experimentally I prove it. Both the transform our analyze it. This transform is accurately detect the accuracy also is good, and accuracy also good, and remaining parameters sensitivity, specificity, everything also improved from the above three transforms. So I using first time I applying the transform in my paper. My paper immediately select the SCA journal using the transform, Bell-Net transform. Toolbox also available. Bell-Net transform. Bell-Net is a second order Sharlet. So Bell-Net second order, second derivative of the Sharlet transform is called the Bell-Net transform. Bell-Nets are based on anisotropy scaling, transition parameter. Transition is wavelet. We are applying transition. Shearing means shearing parameter, and bending of compactly supported geometry. Generator. Your three parameters. But only transition, shearing, and bending. Both three parameters also you supported in the Bell-Net transform. The Bell-Net transform is enabled to classify 2D singularity, easily classify with more information better than first order Sharlet. So compared to Sharlet, it is a more better than 2D classification. The advantage of Bell-Net parameter is it can capture the curvature, and curvature it will capture first curvature and precisely and classify them efficiently, effectively based on the location, orientation, and curvature. What location, bending information, location, orientation, curvature, everything also accurately detect the Bell-Net transform. It provides suppose approximated performance compared to the wavelet obeys directional representation analysis. So this is one of the best transform is used for the frequency domain for image image feature extraction. This is this. Are you able to audible now? Okay, audible. Hello, is audible? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The construction of the Bell-Net from this is the Bell-Net transform equation. This is the transition operator, dilation operator, and a shearing operator. Three operations also is obtained from the Bell-Net transform. This toolbox also available. Mathematically, I will give some final equation, but the mathematical people, many papers derive the mathematical operation of the Bell-Net transform. This is the scaling matrix and shearing matrix also I will present here. The dilution matrix is the product of the parabolic scaling matrix and a shear matrix. The directional is obtained by the transitioning the shear matrix. So dilution and the transition. I will present here the matrix format. This is the Bell-Net transform expansion matrix. This is the Bell-Net transform. A alpha equal to, in Bell-Net transform we are using for the alpha scaling. Alpha equal to 1 equal to isotropic scaling of the wavelet. Alpha, suppose you put 1 in it is a wavelet transform. Alpha equal to 0.5, this is a curvelet and a shearlet. Alpha equal to 0 is called Rigolette transforms. Bell-Net determine direction, location and curvature and discontinuity. Any discontinuity, but with curvelet, shearlet, discontinuity is not able to identify. But in Bell-Net, to identify the discontinuity of the object, discontinuity also were identified in anisotropic cooling. The scale alpha is varying from 0 to 1 by 0.5, 0 to 0.5. So this is a different type of alpha values I present here. Bell-Net cannot sufficiently separate the difference curvature while using parabolic scaling. Parabolic scaling, curvelet we are using parabolic scaling, but we are using for alpha scaling. Also, degree of the freedom is defined in the form of Bell-Net to increase the adaptability. This is the equation of the Bell-Net transform. How to Bell-Net transform operate? First image, apply a 250 cross 256 size image to apply to the Bell-Net decomposition. Bell-Net decomposition. Next, initially the parameter value adopted Bell-Net transform alpha equal to 0.33. Hello?
Which software we
Alpha
can,
equal to,
which software we
hello
can
sir,
teach this?
what sir?
In which software we can apply this, sir? Whether we can apply in Python, MATLAB?
I use it for MATLAB.
Okay, we can apply through Python this one.
Python toolbox I don't know sir, but I worked in MATLAB. Bell-Net toolbox is available.
Okay.
Python I don't know. I will check it, but it's a better one. If your classification, normal and abnormal classification, the transform is very suitable one. MATLAB toolbox is available, sir. You work
Okay,
it.
this is mainly for 2D.
This one. What sir?
This is mainly for 2D image.
Sir?
Sir, can you hear me?
Any image, sir, not able to understand, sir. You tell me, sir, clearly.
It is suitable for grayscale image or color image?
Yeah, I use for grayscale image. I have not applied for color image.
But accuracy
But I
is,
apply for grayscale image. Accuracy is good, sir. But mathematically, I have not proved it. But experimentally, I will try. But it's better, and I visually, objectively and subjectively, both are better compared to the Bell-Net. So coefficient value is there, no? The coefficient value. The value is also very nice compared to other coefficient value. So easily will classify this
so
one.
we can apply for many images, sir, or for single image?
Any images, but many images means I don't know. Not
Around
able to.
1,000 images we can apply.
MATLAB, sir, MATLAB. I use about PH2 data set. PH2 data set. In PH2 data set, only 320 images is there. 320 is good. So classification is very nicely classified compared to other transform. PH2. My data set. The data is available in Kaggle. Kaggle is available. So I use for this one is good one compared to others.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Shall I continue, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is called first image is next applied to the Bell-Net transform. In Bell-Net transform, I previously I will explain no different value of alpha, but here using for alpha equal to 0.33 used for the in Bell-Net transform. There is scale is 1, the shearing operation. This also set the MATLAB. Then low pass band based scale, alpha scale one alpha value are used. First apply the low pass band, low pass signal will apply. Second one, mother wavelet also obtained from mother wavelet. Next, multiplying your low pass signal with the mother wavelet. This information is already available in the MATLAB. All the steps also, you give the image, each steps also is available in the images. You are multiplying this mother wavelet with your original your signal, low pass signal. First you are applying the image, getting the low pass signal. This is a low pass signal. Your original image, this low pass signal of original images. The original images, this is a default image. This image is available in the MATLAB. To multiplying it, you got this value. Multiplying step 3 and 4 to applying zero padding. So zero padding is very, zero padding is very important. No, to applying the zero padding, you got this result. Different type of curvature. Next one, the directional components are obtained by using shearing and bending. This also default in the coding. Then finally, Bell-Net system that precisely capture the curvature and given level direction are obtained. Repeat the step. Different type of level. You want a different level to repeat the steps. Actually, this algorithm, no, I developed it using the MATLAB toolbox. But any paper not given this algorithm, I step by step I will input images applied. What are the operations are doing in the MATLAB? So all the steps are 9 steps also obtaining from the MATLAB. So this paper also I published this one Scopus journal, immediately selected. These two work also, one is SCA, one is Scopus. Both are selected in this algorithm. And algorithm I developed only this algorithm based upon the MATLAB toolbox. Then different type of band are obtained from the Bell-Net transform. So skin cancer imaging, 256 image, different type of bands will be obtained. Band also some calculation is mathematical, but I not present here. How much band will be calculated mathematically is there from the referred papers journal. These are the level 1. Level 1, two direction, there is a subband obtained. In subband, different coefficients are obtained. 4 levels, 4 direction. These are the subband is available. Level 1. Suppose you want to level 2, a different direction, different subband will be obtained. Level 3, a direction number you want to any level. This also I will obtain from the MATLAB. MATLAB results. So in our images, 8th level is having good result compared to other levels, because 8th level coefficient almost not overlapping to normal and abnormal. So you are calculate the energy each level. First level, suppose example level 1, direction 2, subband 19 subband. 19 subband 19 coefficients are obtained. Each subband they are having coefficient. All coefficients are gathered and calculate the energy. Level 4. So normal I will calculate the energy. Level 1, direction 2, 9 subband. Using the 19 subband coefficient, I will calculate the energy from normal and abnormal, and the fourth level, eighth level, etc. Similarly, I will calculate the normal and abnormal energy parameter and applying the ranking, overlapping, I will analyze the overlapping parameters. Similarly, level 2, level 3, level 4. In my image, eighth level, eighth level, fourth direction. So more not overlapping to normal and abnormal images. So that level only I will use it for the classifier. I will basic maximum. Everybody using for support vector machine classifier. I will also use for support vector machine because level I will calculate the exact features. So future extraction is very clearly eighth level, fourth direction, overlapping also, no overlapping. That level only I will use it for the. I take the that features only, that level and particular direction only I will use it for the train the classifier. So to accuracy also very improved in support vector machine classifier. This is the energy calculation formula. This is already we have studied in signal system in third semester. This formula only used for the to calculate the energy of the system. Energy of the system. This is the that is I will mark the notation only. I will explain here. The number of energy pieces extracted by different level of decomposition with different directions are given in the table. This is a first level. Bendlet level 1. Number of directions. First direction. This is the band. Fourth level. Eighth level. 16th, 32. And the second level. Third level. I will tabulated each level. Different type of bands also. If suppose eighth level, number of coefficients also increasing. Eighth level, fourth direction, 169 bands also obtained. So now you calculate the energy, no? So normal you are having calculated the energy. Actually, how many coefficient? 169 coefficient value is the normal and abnormal. We are calculating using this coefficient. So you will compare. We are compare it. So more no overlapping. Then only I will use for the fourth. Sorry, 4 level only were mentioned here. But in our algorithm, 8th level and 4th direction in my work. Next, cross validation. It is a very important. Machine learning. Next one is cross validation. Cross assessing the performance of the machine learning model. Original data divided into two parts. Data you are divided into two parts. One is called training set. Next one is called testing set. Suppose 100 data divide 10, 10 each you classify. If 100 data is there, each 10. So 10 data set also is available. K-fold cross value is performed by the following steps. First, the partition of the original training data set into K equal subset. Each subset is called fold. Over subset is called fold. Let the folds are named as F1, F2, etc. Fk. F1, F2, Fk fold. If first I equal to 1, 2, I equal to 1, 2, I equal to K fold. Keep the fold Fi as validation set and keep the remaining K minus 1 fold or training set. One fold is validation, another fold is training set to calculate the accuracy. Next, train the machine learning model using the cross validation training and calculate the accuracy of the model by obtaining the predicted result against the validation set. So first fold, one is training, another is testing to compare the accuracy, and it will be continuously doing this process. Estimate the accuracy of the machine learning model by next averaging the accuracy derived from the K case. From this K-fold validation, accuracy only was determined. Next, K-fold cross validation method to extract the original training data set are used both the training as a it will be it will extract from the testing and training data original data value it will be extracted. So this one is for K-fold validation. This is the process K-fold validation methods. From the K-fold validation, you calculate the accuracy, true positive, true negative, false positive, false negative. Then also you calculate the ROC curve, the ROC region of receiver operating characteristics curve. Based upon the curve only you calculate the accuracy, then specificity, sensitivity, etc. You are calculating the model. So this any actually you do any type of image classification. You doing any type of MRI image or CT image or dromoscope image, PET, CT, any type of image, this is the basic model. So this is the basic one. First one is first to select the pre-processing, select the filters. First one. Second one, better segmentation tool only is select the segmentation, because nowadays deep learning classifier also available. Directly you are giving the image to produce automatically extract the features and to classify normal and abnormal. Nowadays is available, but it's one of the main drawback in deep learning classifier. Training time is more required. So better you segment the image. To segment the segmented image is fed to the deep learning classifier. Conventional CNN classifier reduce the false rate to avoid the false rate. Then only basic step is very important. First pre-process, then segmentation. After only you give the select the classifier, SVM or machine learning. You have a different type of neural network. BPN is best classifier. BPN, SVM classifier is there. Navy based classifier is there. Many KNS neighborhood classifier. Many type of classifier is there. Machine learning classifier. And deep learning, VGG, architecture, AlexNet, GNet, many type of deep learning classifier also is there. Nowadays, hybrid classifiers also, deep learning and machine learning classifiers nowadays combined together. So first you extract the features clear segment. First you do for pre-process segment. After segment only to give the any either machine learning or deep learning to reduce the false rate. In medical imaging, the diagnosis false better to reduce the false rate. Then only your accuracy to be improved. So any researcher you working in the machine learning, first you do for segmentation. Segment images, then giving to any type of classifier. So classifier trained very easily to better the good result. First one, no. Hello?
Directly we go for segmentation, or before that we need to do some pre-processing for image.
Yes, sir, because previously I worked on diabetic retinopathy images.
Okay.
Directly applied to the VGG19 architecture, accuracy I will calculator. Then I will segment my region of interest. So I will give the classifier reduce the false rate. First, whatever our segmentation tool is very important one. In deep learning, straight away gives the image and you got the result. That is a timing also increases. More false rate also increases one. So better is segmentation. Then you are going to deep learning. Best result only is obtained. I will work to
whether feature extraction and segmentation are same, or
segmentation is different. After segmentation, give to the deep learning, the classifier automatically extract the feature. You straight away, if actually my retinal image optic disc is my region of interest. Better I will segment using some segmentation tool. Many type of segmentation is there. Clustering method is there, level set, watershed transform. Many type of segmentation tool is there. Using the segmentation tool, but segment is your object. Then segmentation, your image is 256 or 256. But region of interest only, small portion only, that region of interest. So you extract the region of interest, then you give the image, the classify accurately, result will be obtained. Very accurate result will be obtained compared to other one. So many of the researchers directly give the images without any doing any process, only doing pre-process straight away to apply the images. But it having more training time, but accuracy level also very less.
And
paper wise,
pre-processing, what we will do, sir? Generally, pre-processing, what
What,
are
sir?
in pre-processing, what steps we need to follow?
What are the pre-process only spatial operations only. Spatial operations.
Okay, like read size and
Spatial low pass filter, high pass filter, smoothing low pass filter, sharpening high pass filter, edge information obtain high pass filter, medium filter, arithmetic averaging, arithmetic mean filter. Many filter is there. Wiener filter, many type of filter is available in the pre-process. But you calculate, you are applying the filter no to calculate the PSNR value. The PSNR is higher means almost noise also eliminated. So how to check the pre-process? Now you give the image to different filter, Wiener, mean filter, arithmetic mean, geometric mean, plenty of filter is available to remove the noise after calculate PSNR. So PSNR is improved means almost noise also eliminated. First the initial stage is very important, then segmentation also is very important, sir. Both are very important. Then only you are going to classification. Okay. Sir, shall I proceed, sir?
yes, sir.
Next one is, if now only we are going to neuroimaging. Magnetic resonance image from children's brain by evaluating IQ estimation using kernel supported transmission. Kernel supported transmission. Actually, the child is some special side also is to analyzing the initially IQ estimator. Initially to this test conducting. If suppose you are going to attend the interview, you are asking some question based upon the question only to analyze this person suitable for that is administrative posts. This person suitable for research oriented activities. This person is an academician based upon the test only evaluated. But initially to capture the MRI images from the child, initial hello, sir, audible no? Initially, hello?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
So some disturbance, okay. So 1 minute. So you are using the special child to using the MRI this data set available. This data set also available in Kaggle to calculate the IQ estimation of this special child. Initially, we will calculate this is special child, this is normal, or any problem will be occur in the child. Everything we are analyzing in this one. First one, IQ estimate is a measure that measure the stages of cognitive ability. That is cognitive ability special child or not. Anything we are analyzed. And they provide a score, that is the score also is there. Actually, based upon the MRI image only to calculate the cognitive level of the child. Based upon the MRI image to analyze the cognitive level of the child. It nerve to measure the individual intellectual ability of the potential. To privileging technique, that feature selections are typically considered in three kind of estimation. That methodology, the filter, first you have pre-process, next wrapper, and next one is after features also embedded. After embedded features, then we are analyze special side or the cognitive level of the child. Most of the diverse tests are conducted to measure the intelligence of the person, derived result obtained from the data set. Most of the tests were conducted, that is I will explain now, that is administrative posting. Is this person suitable for administrative? Some person suitable for research? That you conduct many of the tests we are conducting, but now we have captured the MR image. Based on the MR image only, to identify the ability of the cognitive level of the particular persons. That is this model only is available in this data set also available in the Kaggle. This different actual data set I will explain now. I will explain data set. Actually, 3 to 32 numbers of MR images. Either 192 for male, 82 for female is there. 60 to 15 years. This child age group is 60 to 15 years. 6 to 15 years. The mean also is there. Standard deviation also is there. This data set only I use for to analyzing the cognitive level of the IQ estimator. The data set also BD2 data sets also is available in it only for MRI images of the child. Score also is given. Score also is given to the MRI images. Score. Based upon the score only, it is a special site or normal or any problem, anything is also based upon the score. Already the score is given in the data, in the internet. These are the data augmentation. This is my flow chart of this this one. This is my flow chart of this my proposed work. Here I will measure two parameters, gray matter and white matter. Area of the gray matter and white matter. I will first segment the gray matter and white matter and the skull boundaries. I will consider here gray matter, white matter, and the skull boundary. I will consider here. I will calculate the gray matter and the white matter area and the skull boundary areas. I will calculate it based upon the skull and the gray matter, all features combined. Skull boundaries, gray matter area, white matter area. I will segment and calculate the area. Area means already resolution factor is given in the MRI image. The data set is having resolution of the image. I will multiplying the resolution factor into particular area. I will calculate the number of true pixels. Suppose I will gray matter, I will segment. First I will segment the gray matter or I will segment the white matter. I will calculate the number of true pixels. MATLAB already coding is counting of program is there function to count the number of true pixels into resolution factor to calculate the area of the gray matter. Similarly, white matter and the skull, everything I will calculate it. First, after the calculation, based upon I will combine all the features. Already normally you giving the data set. Normally already you are having original data set is there. My calculate data we are regression applying for regression analysis to estimate the cell is special site or not. In pre-processing I am using for adaptive histogram equalization. Segmentation was simply I am using for watershed segmentation, only used for the segmenting gray matter and white matter and skulls portion of the brain. Different, but we are having number of data. First data reduction the data, reduce the data set. First, using our PCA, principal component analysis, I will apply it for this as statistical parameter, orthogonal transfer. This is an orthogonal transfer, convert a set of correlated variable to the set of uncorrelated variable. This is one type of the data reduction technique. And we are having more number of features. To reduce the number, best feature only you select. Remaining parts will be automatically reduced. First, you apply for PCA. PCA is the most widely used for tool exploring data analysis and machine learning. Machine learning is one of the best estimation for data estimation. PCA is an unsupervised statistical technique. So unsupervised is not supervised. So you automatically grouped based upon the numerical value, automatically grouped this PCA. Next, cardinal PCA. PCA, the principal component is tool which used to reduce the dimension of the data. But cardinal PCA function project data set in a higher dimension features space when it's linearly separable. With a higher dimensional space, particular kernel, you are applying particular, if suppose support vector machine, no, different type of kernel is there, support vector machine, parabolic kernel, linear kernel, different type of kernel, quadratic, polynomial kernel, depends data, your data spreading, based on the data spreading, you choose your particular kernel to group, easily grouped. So PCA not applying generally kernel, PCA component only applied. Particular kernel we are using this one, no, better predict the data, which is normal and grouped data from separate different group in kernel PCA. This is one. About TSNA, this is another type of the prediction of the data kernel. I will apply next. This is the first estimate data. I will reduce the data, reduce the dimensional space, then applying the two type of two type of regression. First one is PLS regression, partial least square regression. First we are applying for partial least square regression. This is the predicted IQ and actual IQ. Now predict panel actual is given IQ. Already that standard data set actual IQ is there, but our predicted IQ also is there. Number based upon the our proposed system. And our proposed system is entirely different. Segment. First of all, I will segment the image, white matter, gray matter, and the skull. From the I extract the features. From the features only, I will compare the actual proposed actual IQ. That is a better from the for PCA, kernel PCA, TSNA, and this one, no. Kernel PCA better result, mean, standard deviation, root mean square value, Pearson correlation coefficient, everything also is better kernel PCA for PLS regression. Next, this is the result. From PLS, this is I will compare to all these one. Kernel PCA is better one for this one. Next is on the support vector regression. Two type of regression are applied. One is called partially least square regression. That is from the result of partially least square regression compare with the original one. This is the result. Next one, support vector regression. I will apply it for same images. I will apply same reduction technique. Is a regression technique, is a data reduction. First to reduce the data. The data is reduced. After reduce the data, I will compare with the actual score. So using another type of regression, SVR regression. It is also kernel supported regression is a best result to predict very good prediction for cognitive level of the child. Mainly because your only simple test. This is a very simple test to capture the image from the image only. Easily we are analyzing the cognitive level. This is a very good result you are obtaining in this one. This also I will publish in the one SCI journal. This is the scatter plot of predicted IQ and actual predictor means our proposed IQ, our proposed system. We the partially least square regression and the supported regression with the actual IQ. Actual IQ is available in the data set. So the data set actual IQ is there. To compare it, our support vector regression is accurately predicted. This is a conclusion of the one. First of all, this is the main. Identify the gray matter volume, white matter volume, Guide surface area, Sulci surface area. This is our main segmentation process. These 4 parameters I will segment. This I will calculate this. I will ratio I will calculate. Gray matter volume to white matter ratio I will calculate. And Guide surface area and Sulci surface area I will ratio will calculate. This is my proposed system. Then I will this is system is compared to the compared to actual database. 2 set of class regression technique I have used. One is called PL partial least square regression. Next one is called supported regression. To better support vector regression is a better one. But this is a data set. 4 type of dimensional reduction. 4 type of dimensional reduction set are used. One is PCA, kernel PCA, TSNA, and kernel TSNA. 4 type of data reduction and 2 type of regression is the best one is called a kernel PCA with a supported regression, better one compared to prediction of the cognitive level of the child level, and the group also 6 to 15 age group. So simply capture the MRI image. It is one of the method is one of the problem I will identify. This also I will publish in my one of the SCI journal. So I selected. This is my conclusion. Next one, last, finally. So, sir, is audible, no, sir? Is audible?
Yes, sir, it is audible.
Okay. Next, finally, so first one is I will explain general image processing transform. I will explain. So, in my research area, I have a Bendel transform. Then I will cognitive level test were analyzed. By using cognitive level is analyzed 4 type of dimensional reduction technique and 2 type of regression analysis. Better one is called a support vector regression with the kernel PCA is a best result. It is my second my findings. Third one, hybrid learning is entirely different. This is also useful for the cognitive ability of the cognitive ability, but it is one of tedious process because you are capturing the signals and image. One interesting one, but now also working, but you got result. But I am not satisfied. But anyway, we will improve the result in future. But signals, if you know different type of wave also, Parkinson disease, everybody some disorder is a Parkinson disease is disorder. Parkinson disease is a movement disorder. It is called Parkinson disease. It is affect the movement system in the human body, particularly affect the nerves. Affect the nerve means you are generally automatically, so your body is a disorder. So here Parkinson direction is important. Very early direction is very important. But in this research finding, I will use for the 3 parameters. One is EEG. EEG, you know, alpha, beta, gamma, theta. That value, that is a peak I will calculate. Then ECG, the RR interval. is calculated or interval, then image captured from the face image. Ordinary camera, because you affect that any disease, no, your face also some changes will be there from normal to abnormal. So face, that facial information. So two signals and or image. So fused all these features, two signals. So that is EEG. EEG for alpha, beta, gamma, theta maximum range and RR interval. Then after calculate RR, then phase information. They are confused both of them to identify the disease. First movement, there are three more in the hands and the coordinate facial expansion. This also database is there. This can be become fixed due to change in the nerve that control the facial muscles. Facial masking is related to Bradley Insia. Their facial movement move more slowly or rigidly than usual. There is a facial information also you will consider. Facial information image process technique. This is also voice about suppose Parkinson disease occur, no, disorder, nerve disorder, voice, handwriting, sense, small sense, sleep problems, difficult to walking. Other Parkinson main walking also affected from Parkinson disease. This is all the problem. This you affected the Parkinson means ECG and EEG definitely variation is there from the facial information also is there. Here on the facial emotion extraction and first facial emotion. So first facial image, first to capture the facial image and extract the features. Already you know about the features. So only different type of feature is there. But I will explain. Another one of the features is the gray level co-occurrence matrix. From GLCM to calculate different type of features, mean, variance, energy, everything we are calculating GLCM features. That is another type of feature set. Next one is complicated. This is we are developing in future. We are developing the hardware also. We are trying for this hardware also. We are focusing. What is the motivation of this study? No, difficult to algorithm to determine disease, high and end device design, cost complexity, slow learning speed, trivial human interface faced with the other technique, back propagation technique is poorly trained, multi-layer machine learning technique are used. Now, next one is called extract the facial expression in the Parkinson disease. Finally, fusions, biosignal and biosignal facial information to fuse. Finally, to investigate cognitive extreme learning machine for prediction of the stages of Parkinson disease. So, to compare all the parameters, finally to determine the level of the stages of the Parkinson disease. This is my objective of the disease, to develop the intelligent system to which image and signal. But we are trying, but you got some result. But I am not satisfied. But you, if possible, you try. No, this is one of the method. Only I will develop it. Next one, implement the facial expansion. Different type of features implement to develop the critical process of prediction and detection based upon development non-invasive technique. Non-invasive, this is one. Development of cognitive machine learning technique. It can be used for prediction of disease based upon the facial expansion. Anything, no, your disease will occur now, your facially some changes will be there. So generally, we are considered for the facial information. Then finally, development of intelligent monitoring and diagnosis system based upon the high speed and less complexity classifier only are used here. The scope of the research I will explain. There is a fusion method. Both are fusion, signal and imaging. A segmentation process, everything I will do segmentation, future extraction method, and finally we are doing for classifier. This is one of the way only to reduce the false state of the classifier. This is research problem. First of all, research methodology. First, new and a novel procedure has been proposed. CBT, cognitive behavior theory, combination of signal and imaging. It is now we are proposed ACPT, adaptive cognitive permutation theory is proposed, which is take a shot of the combination of facial segmentation, that is imaging, camera image with the biosignals, demonstrate the pre-data about the manipulation through the already data is available data set. So based upon data set only, we are focusing the problem. So EEG signal. This is my purpose of the work. EEG signal. Just only pre-processing to identify number of spikes detection. The alpha, what is the maximum peak, beta, gamma, theta, everything we are analyzing. Next, classifying based upon this spike. Then only classify based upon this. Suppose you are cognitive, based upon the cognitive level, what is the alpha range, what is the beta, theta, gamma, everything we are analyzing. Next, ECG. ECG to detect peak detection method. I'll tell you one algorithm, Pan-Tonkin algorithm. One of the algorithm is that to detect the peak QRS complex waveform. Then find the RR interval. Next, phase is also image. Combination of combined facial, calculate number of features, GL sum features. Then send to the classifier. Then we are predict the disease. This is my overall flow of my diagrams. Actually, efficient, linear, selecting adaptive features only are used. This name only I will select the name efficient, linear, selection of adaptive features. Everybody a binary pattern. Local binary pattern is one of the features. So local binary pattern, any image you apply, local binary pattern vary from image to image. So it is I calculate local binary pattern. Next is SIFT, scale invariant Fourier transform. Scale invariant Fourier transform. Next is GLCM, grayscale co-occurrence matrix. This is we calculate the entropy, mean, variance, everything we calculate. Any image, to calculate the GLCM matrix, gray level co-occurrence matrix will be calculated. After calculate gray level co-occurrence matrix, then differential facial regression system based upon the SNR measure, SNR, signal to noise ratio, I will measure it. Then I will apply to the different type of classifier, machine learning classifier, Navy-based classifier, neural network, neural classifier, subtotal vector machine, extreme learning machine classifier. Both classifier were on a 4 classifier I will analyze it. The better one is, last one is ELM classifier is a better one compared to other classifier. This is my proposal work. This is a local binary pattern. Suppose based upon signal to noise ratio, first you are applying local binary pattern is equal to GLCM Fourier transform. Based upon signal, this is my own idea. Suppose SNR, this range you calculate LB. This one you calculate GLCM. This one I will calculate the Fourier transform. Then you will combine. After one, your prediction is very easy one. This is a ELCM, extreme ELCM na already extreme learning machine learning classifier I have proposed it. Based on the signal to noise ratio. This is also one of the feature selection. This is also one of the feature selection. This is also one of the feature selection. Based on the SNR, so image will be, you are applying signal, different two type of signal. Suppose ECG you are having some PSNR noise level. EEG you are having some noise level. Based on the noise level, suitable features only this suitable technique are applied for based on the PSNR to select the features. Then we are combined. So first I calculate the neural network, SVM, Navy base, ELM. So ELM is best compared to the different type of accuracy measurement. ELM, extreme learning. Next, an intelligent methodology for designing diagnosis. Now I combine the facial and biosignal features. Now we are combined, and adaptive cognitive permutation theory. Now ACPT works on the 3 stage. First, facial expansion is a facial expression action system. Next one EEG and extract signal extracted pace. Next cognitive framework detection. This is the two. One is facial EEG. Next one is cognitive framework. This is the facial. This one facial. I give the face of the image. Depends upon the perception, the face value will be changes. Based upon the face value, to calculate the features, and based upon the features only I will classify. These are the disease. These are the disease level. This is the disease level. What are the diseases are calculated? Parkinson disease, Adair's disease, for normal, abnormal, face, FACS system, normal, abnormal. This is the type of disease. This is a EEG signal processing. Then EEG signal processing to calculate the peak of the signal, alpha, beta, peak only you will calculate here one. This is the cognitive framework for detection of indication system. Next one is called 3 stages, modified phase expansion, feature extraction method, cognitive extreme learning machines. This is my proposed work. These are my proposed system to combine these signals and images. This is my feature extraction method. This is my feature extraction method for 3 signals, 2 signals and 1 images. Then I combine hybrid. After combine, I will explain combine. Then we are identify the level of the disease. First ECG, EEG signal extraction method. The signal extracted play important for symptoms detection and a particular disease. Each signal is extracted analysis for peak detection. Peaks are very important for each iteration. Can fed into the hybrid mechanism. The only identify the RR interval, alpha, beta, gamma, zeta, peak. Only you are introduced here only. Similarly, ECG, this type of Kaggle, this type of data set are used for the ECG signal. This is my results of this is the RR interval. EEG I will measure the RR interval using the MATLAB. I am using MATLAB coding. EEG signal I will show here, and also measure the alpha, beta, peak only measure. Then I will combine. Then you calculate the various type of disease, cognitive level of the Parkinson disease. This is my results of this one. This is my MATLAB software. This is my This is everything. Also, I compare the result for different parameter. Result evaluation. This is my result evaluation. Accuracy. The one thing I will measure is all the result I will produce here. Each classifier I will produce a better one. This one is best one. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Hello? Hello? Ravish?
Just a second, sir. He'll come.
Ah. Ramamma. Iwa. Vadulama.
Queries are over. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Ganesh Babu.
Okay.
Yeah, I thank you very much for your
Okay.
session.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I hope participants are benefited. Many researchers are there in the area of image processing.
Okay.
We can connect to the neuroimaging, and some sort of algorithms can be used along with EEG.
Yeah.
Neuroimaging also very important, it seems. Thank you for the wonderful session.
Okay.
And after there is now lunch break, and we can reassemble at 2:30.
Okay. I leave. Shall I leave, Ravish?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, participant, and we will once again get back at 2:30 for this session.